expected to start when they were recruited by their coaches.
Arrington, the freshman from the state of Pennsylvania, Forest Hills High School. On a little bit of a late roll. He had won his last 4 matches heading into the ACCs. Obviously has added to the total. And here comes his opponent, Caleb Henson. Supremely confident. What a year, going unbeaten in the ACCs. You take a look at his losses this year. His last setback, January 6th, losing to Yanni Yakamahalis 6-2. His other losses to Brock Mahler and Doug Zapp, a pin and sudden victory. The world was introduced to Henson early in his career when he took down Sammy Sasso, who we both watched win a Big Ten championship earlier today.
Sure did. And Henson is going to be right in your face. And one of the things that Coach Popolizio and Coach Hall said about their last match, they were disappointed that Arrington did not shoot more and show more offense. They expect him to show more of what he's capable of doing. But Caleb Henson, he had a fantastic win in the semifinals against returning All-American Zach Sherman, where he rode him out the third period to win 2-0.
Yeah, he rode him out the entirety of that final period. Sherman was throwing everything at him from underneath and just could not figure out a way to get out.
Get out of it.
We were talking to Arrington. He said, I had 6 losses in my whole high school career. I have 6 losses in my first year of wrestling in college. Whole different ball game when you go wrestle college wrestling.
But wasn't it refreshing how he followed it up with, you know, I've always been a guy who takes a lot from my losses. Doesn't let it turn into consecutive losses down the road. He really breaks it down, analyzes it.
Wrestle out.
And learns and builds off.
Good hip in. Now, Jackson needs to get out of this position because Caleb Henson is pretty good here. And watch the dive through. Watch it dive through.
We're neutral.
Caleb Henson needs to bring it back in. He went for a cradle. Surprised he went for a cradle there as opposed to bringing it back to the center. Now we need to bring him back to the center. Brought him back to the center, and as soon as Arrington hopped in, that's when Caleb Henson grabbed both legs.
That little sequence right there is why Henson is so special. Went for the big move, went for the gamble, tried to hook up the cradle. No panic, didn't work, so what's he do? Repositions and gets the safe 2 that you were looking for initially.
Okay, knees behind, hands in front for me,
we're about to see if he can keep
Wait for me, I'll call you one,
monster ride. And the monster ride is mental toughness.
Set. Cover.
I'm seeing more and more in the ACC and also across the country. The first thing that I see wrestlers do from a top position is what's called a double thigh pride. They put both of their hands on the inside of the thigh, drive forward to get to something else. It's trying to bump the person off of their base.
Tripoding up and kicking away. Arrington gets the escape, 2-1.
At this point, Arrington has got to continue to move forward because we know that Caleb Henson is not going to back up.
Battle in here, battle in here.
Take a quick look at the time.
Battle in here.
Couple of blue chippers battling for the ACC title at 149. Jackson Arrington had a lot of different choices coming out of high school in Forest Hills, and he chose North Carolina State because there were so many Pennsylvania guys already on the roster. Obviously, the Hidley brothers had a huge impact. Both Trent and Hayden would come up and visit the camps in Pennsylvania for the Young Guns. Ed Scott was a member of the Young Guns as well. So there was already a firm pipeline between the state of PA and into Raleigh, and there's one of the PA guys right there now, the coach, and Popolizio has done a terrific job recruiting the state.
The state, and once people start to know that you're good, you can start going into the Midwest and the West because people know that you develop talent. And not just that, you develop talent but also you attract blue chippers, because blue chippers say, hey, they're not just developing people that weren't very talented, they're still developing the high-level guys as well. Look at the Hidley brothers.
Henson trying to rip at the grip. Good job here. Persistence by Arrington to ride him all the way out of bounds for a restart in the center. 1:41, second period. No real surprise here. We knew this was going to be tight. 2-1. Henson holds serve for now.
Both guys, you see, did the thigh pride. Now, at some point, Jackson Arrington has to make an attempt to get out. It's all about attempts. It's not necessarily returning, it's attempts. And good low hits by Caleb Henson to get the escape.
Center in. Center in.
Caleb Henson wins here. He can get a decent seed at the Nationals.
Henson getting to the left arm, 2-on-1. Both wrestlers have had an opportunity on top. Arrington unable to get any turn. Henson not much luck with the ride after his initial takedown in the first period. And one thing unique with these two freshman wrestlers, both are really outstanding on top, which is somewhat unique for freshmen coming into the caliber of conference that the ACC has. I think you asked Jackson the question, well, what's the key for you? And he says it's the Pennsylvania thing. We're used to it.
We're neutral.
Long range shot here by Arrington. Hips on the sprawl back by Henson.
Those are heavy hips. He needs to reach back and try and break the grip. There he is, reaching back to break the grip. And right there, he went right to the shot. He's got short time. He's got to finish quickly. He got almost 5 seconds. Nothing yet. That's not a takedown. There's no control.
You don't have it?
Almost.
Red choice.
Caleb Henson just keeps wrestling. He doesn't matter where he is on the mat. It doesn't matter how much time is left. He keeps wrestling. Now, we said this in the semifinals, that Caleb Henson had a monster ride in the third period, all about mental toughness. And these type of matches where it's tight like this helps you for the NCAAs. Both of these guys that went to NCAAs, they just got to learn from this match.
3 wrestlers from this weight. The automatic allocations assigned earlier in the week. Arrington trying to figure out a way to get up into a tripod. See Henson's right arm with that thigh pry. Arrington trying to clear it out. So what's Henson do? Drops to the waist.
Still you, Green. Still Green.
Whizzer applied by Arrington with his left shoulder.
Green.
Keep an eye on the knee underneath, and the referee does just that. Potentially dangerous.
And why is this good? It's good because Caleb Henson wants to try and learn to keep a good wrestler down to get to riding time. So once again, he's keeping things tight. He's keeping things tight and working. Went to a Navy there, but good job on the side. Good job on the side of Arrington to keep that Whizzer riding time. Is still going. Still Whizzer.
1, 2.
I mean, you got to be impressed with this. He is willing himself. He said, I'm not going to let this guy go. I'm not going. He's looking for the count.
Out.
He is literally saying, I am not going to give this up. I mean, the mental toughness of this freshman is outstanding. Most people say, let's go on our feet. He said, no, I'm going to beat you on the mat.
In our conversation with Henson earlier this year, he talked about the rise of Georgia wrestling. A lot of the credit, he says, comes from the competitive spirit and the high energy level guys coming back to the state of Georgia with their roots to help out current high schoolers. Guys like Chip Ness, Peter Yates, Sean Russell, all Georgia guys coming back to help out. Toughness personified here with Henson, 3-1. We saw him right out Sherman in the third period earlier in the semifinals, doing the same here on Arrington.
This guy, he is mentally, I can't say how impressed I am. He does not have to keep doing this. He's got a riding time secured, and he's making a statement. He is making a statement here. Stingy defense wins tight matches. Jackson Arrington has got to believe, hey, look, I got to just score. I got to find a way to score. Even though I may not win, I just got to figure out how to score against this guy. And Caleb Henson is not having it. There it is.
Virginia Tech has won their second individual title tonight. Tony Roby has a pretty special freshman with Caleb Henson. Two guys just starting their careers. They will see a lot of one another over the next few years. Henson, in his ACC Championship debut, brings home the title to Blacksburg at 49.